All right, I got 3 things I'm looking for in game 2 tonight. First is, despite winning the game by 18 and leading by almost 30 at one point, the Celtics only really, they didn't, how do I describe this? Basically, if you take out the first quarter of that game, the Celtics only won the remaining 3 quarters by 1 point. So basically what happened was Boston jumped out to an insane lead, they punched them in the mouth right away, and Dallas could never recover. But for the other 3 quarters, it was really back and forth. So I'm very curious to see how Dallas defends in the first quarter, if they can really, quell the momentum that Boston's going to try and come out and build with their home court behind them, try to go up 2-0. Can Dallas sort of, keep them at bay enough to keep the game close for the rest of the way? Because that was such a big problem, because literally after the first quarter, you're trying to play catch up the entire time, cut it to 8 in the third quarter. But it's just a very difficult game to play when you're playing catch up from the jump. So if Dallas can sort of hold them off a little bit just through the end of the first, that could really change the dynamic of this game. Speaking of changing the dynamic of the game, is Kyrie Irving going to play well? Is he 6 of 19 for 12 points in game 1? Obviously not a great game. And the weird part about it was that he was taking a lot of the shots that we've seen him hit plenty of times. Obviously you want to give credit to Boston's defense because it's a hellacious defense that can just throw so many different guys at him, but it's also Kyrie Irving. And so we know that he can make the toughest of shots. We've seen him do that time and time again on the biggest stage. So it's I do feel like there's this version of him that just figures out how to put those shots in the basket in game 2. And obviously, I don't need to spend so much time explaining why it's important for Dallas' second best player to have a good game in order for them to have a chance. That's pretty basic stuff, especially when you consider how much Dallas relies on the backcourt pairing of Luka and Kyrie to have good games, to power their offense, to power them to wins. And then the third thing I'm interested in seeing is, I don't know if you saw, but Jason Kidd said that Jaylen Brown is actually Boston's best player. He said that to the media the other day, and it's probably nothing. I mean, it's probably just him trying to play mind games with Boston, because that's sort of the best chance they have at this point, considering how dominant Boston is. But it's probably not going to do anything, but I wonder if it will. How funny would that be if Jason Tatum's just I gotta go score 40, I gotta prove everyone I'm the Kobe Bryant of this era. I don't think he will, and I also think Jason Tatum doesn't get enough credit for the sacrifices he's clearly made to sort of not show any issue with only scoring 16 points in a finals game. He doesn't care. He's literally just focused on doing everything. He was actually a great playmaker in game 1, made a lot of the right reads, rebounds the ball really well, and gets the teammates involved and defends well. And I don't think he gets enough credit for that, because I think a lot of top players maybe might not do that. They might want to say I have to score 30. So I wonder if that just awakens anything within him, within his brain. I don't think it will, most likely, because I do think he's been just playing whatever role Boston needs him to throughout these entire playoffs. But just I don't know, I'm excited. It's a nice little added storyline, little layer of plot to what I hope is just, if nothing else, a competitive game, which I hope it will be, because I think Dallas is going to come back, they're going to make adjustments, Luka's going to make adjustments, I think Kyrie's going to hit more shots. I don't think Boston gets out to as hot of a start in the first quarter. Hopefully it's going to be a good game. Ready? Break.